Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Acoustics and Stones, featuring myself, I'm Paul Carganilla, and Hunter Ackerman, joining us from Big Bear, California. Hunter.
Greetings and salutations.
Salutationes.
Yeah.
And all of the salutationes cojones. I can't be the first person who thought of that.
First person that said it to me.
Salutationes cojones?
If you're not into the whole brevity thing, indeed.
Hey buddy.
How you doing, man?
I'm so happy to be here with you. It's Saturday night, and usually for the past 14 months we've been together-ish doing this thing on Saturday nights, and you and I we've had you've had your LOVECASTs, and I've done some in the coves where I try and be mildly entertaining for an hour, and then we had a baby with the shows, and we made the what this is, Acoustics and Stones, where we just kind of toss it back and forth and
agree to be jovial, if not witty.
I guessed at your uniform tonight, because I know I've been watching you axe throw on the socials, and you've been in the blue plaid. But I don't have blue plaid. I just have red and black plaid. So I wore it, and then now we're, as Dari says, #twinning in the chat, and so we're kind of twins. But I feel like I'm ripping you off, and I feel bad. I want to go change.
Oh Jesus, stop it!
I'm not Jesus. You're Jesus.
Oh, me. Stop it. Right.
Oh.
No, the secret of the plaid is that the blue one is thicker and warmer than this one. But I do have two red plaids, and one of the red plaids is really thick and really warm, and then there's this like thinner one. So it's really not like color coordination at all on my part. It's just what is most comfortable by the temperature.
Saturday night is like prime time on the streamings, and that's how we kind of got here. But you've been since the quarantine and COVID started, holed up in your family's cabin in Big Bear by the fireplace doing live shows. My In the Cove show happened because I got quarantined this past late January, when my daughter's production company put me in a hotel room for a week
to keep you away from her. The only innocent version of that I have literally ever heard of. We got to keep this guy away from his daughter. Let's put him up in a hotel.
Because it's
Wait,
COVID.
No, it's actually because of a virus. I mean, it's once in a lifetime kinds of circumstances.
So you've always had the fireplace. I put an aquarium on when I was doing my shows, and so we've done this fire water thing, Acoustics and Stones. I don't know how we got to the sticks. I don't know. We were just trying to think of a clever title, but at some point we're gonna get together and do a show together, and that'll be fun.
Yeah, man. Dude, I'm thinking we got to do one outside on my balcony here. I've got a gas-fed fire pit. I can mic us both up, put just like a camera that goes over the fire pit, and Wolfgang will be here hanging out with us. Yeah, this will be great.
The mozzarella sticks are up. I'm excited for that, but also I love that you're drinking. Like, so many people are commenting, is he drinking from a measuring cup? Like, every week we're like, don't you know? He's cutting.
I am cutting.
But
indeed.
not like that kind of cutting. That kind of cutting.
One of the strangest conversations I ever had on this subject was a very close friend of mine is married to a clinical psychologist, and she commented on some odd behavior of mine, and I don't remember what that behavior even was. It was completely like beside the point. And I said, oh yeah, whatever that thing is, I only really do that when I'm cutting. And she gets this really big, and then suddenly I realize I'm talking to a clinical psychologist with a troubled preteen daughter, and I'm like,
No.
no, 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 no.
But
Wait.
what do you actually mean though when you say you're cutting?
Okay, I'm fat cutting. It's I don't use the term diet very often because I am on a very specific diet, but I'm not like trying out a diet. I've got a very specific numerical driven system that is extremely well researched and totally scientifically based. So I don't try out diets to see if they work. When I go on a diet, it is to achieve a particular numeric goal in, say, body measurements, for example. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm working my ass off to cut fat while retaining muscle and strength. And if you diet to cut fat without weight resistance, you'll typically lose lean mass as well. Got it kind of dialed in to not lose one while losing the other.
Well, you'll have to share that with me. We're bringing the kids to Hawaii in September. It's been hard to like. I mean, I'm really good at making excuses, but it's been hard to like find a reason to get in good shape during this past 14 months. But we've got a tropical trip to Maui in September, so it's a good excuse to try to start cutting in the best way.
Yeah, man. My knowledge is yours. I'm happy to contribute any possible way I can. This is shedding season, so if you see me like batting away at seemingly invisible things, there's like little bits of Wolfgang floating in front of my face. Shedding season for both of us. Christina's gonna come and give me a shave and a haircut.
Who?
Christina, shave and a haircut next week. Christina
that?
Beelan.
Who's
Christina
that?
Beelan, our very own Instagram social media guru.
She has a car?
She does. A four-wheel drive vehicle, or at least an all-wheel drive high-clearance vehicle.
Onion rings. Onion rings are up.
Onion ring. God, see, that's the first thing about cutting is stop reminding me about all the fried foods I'm not eating every time the bell rings. Jesus, talk about Pavlovian. You can't fuck me up worse than there's classical conditioning that actually follows this pattern, just illustrating that it makes it harder. Yeah. Oh, every time a bell rings, the dog salivates and Paul talks about mozzarella sticks or something.
Well, we're 9 minutes in the show and we got our first F-bomb. But you know, we're here in in the place. We got scheduling stuff fluctuating on the Vaudacity network the next couple of weeks. So we're here in place of, you know, obviously we just had an amazing first episode of the open mic night.
Yeah.
And so now we're here on a Saturday night, and like this is the first show other than open mic night that has resided here on a Saturday night, except for the online variety show. So it'll be fun. And normally our shows are about an hour. We try to each play 3 songs and space them out within the first 10 minutes each, so it lasts about an hour. But Hunter, I don't care how late we go.
Cool by me, man. I was I was gonna grill some meat and then go for a night hike after, and I am really.
Oh, okay. Then we'll cut it. What time are you grilling your meat?
Well, the cows have no schedule, nor does the grill, fortunately. So this is working out. This is working out to us being on the top of the food chain. Do you realize we are so high on the food chain? You can stuff an animal inside another animal and stuff that inside of another animal, and everybody out there already has a word for it. It's a turducken.
What?
That's what we mean by turducken. We garnish our meats with other meats. That's the kind of thing that, see, this is what like Wolfgang, all he does is like chases the squirrels. I literally sometimes apologize to the squirrels that I cannot contain him for not attempting to murder them. However, he usually still only eats one animal at a time. I'm even so high on the food chain as to include some of the animals as just like my guests. And here, I am doing so well ecologically, and I don't mean financially here. I'm doing so well ecologically that I can just spread out seeds. And I don't know if the birds and squirrels think they're stealing it from me, and that like he is the three-headed cat thing that guards the gates of hell and birdseed. But they seem to think that I'm either like above it all or just too slow to bother. Maybe he catches all our food for us in this symbiotic relationship that we got going on. But yeah, he is absolutely the dragon under the lawn chairs.
We'll have to have you tell us a story about that. I'm very sorry. I don't want to cut into your night hike.
No, man, this phase of the moon, the night hikes only get better as it gets later. We're really in no hurry. I'm cool with this. I appreciate the consideration, but we're fine.
I can't deal. All right, well, I'll get it started. I don't know. So what I was saying was normally on these shows, we play 3 songs each, and then that's the show. But I was saying, we have no real cutoff tonight, but I don't want you to be night hiking at 2:00 in the morning. But I don't know what time.
I mean, why not? Really, it's you have no idea how often I go out for night hikes at like midnight, 2 a.m., whatever. It's like it's me and the night creatures being as one, and because I eat turducken, they all know I'm higher on the food chain and leave me the hell alone. It's pretty neat. I mean,
you're right. I have no idea because I don't stalk you. I don't.
Well, dude, when you come out, man, I'm gonna take you on some hikes, and if you're feeling brave, I'll take you out on a night hike. What is that? If you're feeling brave, I'm
like, are we taking swords and prepared to meet a.
Actually, we can. I just found. I just posted this on Instagram. Not too long ago, one of the places that I hike pretty regularly has this commercial logging stockpile. So it's like this huge pile of trees with all the end grain facing one direction. So you can go out there for axe throwing. You just bring like as many axes as you own and just like that one.
Yeah.
It's just so yeah. I mean, the weapons is more like in the daytime when you can actually see with some accuracy. I haven't tried nighttime axe throwing yet. It seems kind of like, well, silly. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna take. I told Christina when she comes this week to cut my hair, I'm gonna take her for a dark side of the moon hike. So I'm gonna take her out into the woods. Sounds scary. With an external speaker.
This is all being recorded and streaming live.
It's cool. It's cool by me. This is going to be like the commercial advertisement for my new hiking business, if you will. I don't really have that thing in the works, but I'm going to take Christina for. I've mapped out Dark Side of the Moon as being a 3.6 mile hike, and I know exactly the trail I'm going to take her on while we listen to Dark Side of the Moon on an external speaker from blasting out of my backpack as we hike under the full moon, and right after she gives me a haircut. So there we go.
That sounds really romantic, and it sounds like something you would only do on a date. Is there something you want to?
Our business is our own, sir. But yes, that's fair territory. That's fine. Paul, are you asking me on a date? Wait a second. Am I going on the wrong angle of this?
No, you're talking about, social media team, Christina, and you guys she's cutting your hair, and you've planned out a dark side of the. I don't know. I'm just asking.
She, like myself, is fully vaccinated and bringing haircutting shears. So yes, we have
Date.
we have business to attend.
Will you lose all your power?
I hope not. Because I was slightly stronger at the beginning of the pandemic than I am now, and my hair was shorter. So I'm optimistic in this regard.
And Jesus' hair had nothing to do with his miracles.
Apparently not. But those are probably just the prevalence of scissors in the Bronze Age.
So I'll open with a tune. Who knows how many we're each going to do tonight? Who knows? We could be here till 2 o'clock in the morning.
I got a stack of music, more than I'm going to possibly get through here, that I was like, all right, what am I going to cut out?
And a whole open night hike to do.
Cool.
But so I'm going to open with a song because we were trading turns, opening and closing. I opened the first one, you opened the second one. Here we are in the third episode of Acoustics and Stones. Thank you for being here, everybody. All 35 households are in right now. Please share the link. Let everybody know this is happening, since it is happening. I was making breakfast for my sick kids this morning, and I use an app to shuffle music. I don't know. I'm not comfortable saying the name of the app because musicians hate it. But
I know Spotify.
Stop. Shh. It's not that one.
It's like saying Macbeth in the theater. It's just you gotta change syllables around just to say it in public. It's like Voldemort. You say it and just suddenly people show up without noses, but they can play all the music that's ever been recorded in the history of all time. And we'll pay the artists a quarter of a penny for each 1,000 plays.
Yep, that's right. I don't listen to that. But as I was listening to it this morning, when you reach the end of a playlist, they start to suggest songs. And so the playlist I was listening to were things I wanted to maybe play on this show or my show sometime soon. And this song came on, and I don't know if you knew this, but our producer Craig Jackman is related to Hugh Jackman. And
I heard that rumor.
Yeah. So this came on, and it was Richard Marx and Hugh Jackman doing a duet to this song, and I was like, what? Where did this come from? And so all morning I've had this playlist of 10 songs that I want to perform live somehow on the Vaudacity network, and I was trying to figure out what song I wanted to do. This wasn't even on my radar. But then when I heard Richard Marx and Hugh Jackman's duet of it, I was like, "This is the song. This is the song that I'm playing tonight." So there's that, and that's how this came about.
Cool. I'm looking forward to see what the hell this might be.
Yeah, me too. We'll see what the hell this is. Disclaimer. He doesn't know if they're actually related. It was a conversation that we had in the last show about possibly being related. Thank you, Craig. Give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm a going home. My baby just wrote me a letter. I don't care how much money I gotta spend. I got to get back to my baby again. Lonely days are gone, I'm a going home. My baby wrote me a letter. She wrote me a letter, say she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I got to get back to my baby once more? Anyway, give me a ticket for an aeroplane. I ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm coming home. My baby's wrote me a letter. She wrote me a letter saying she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I got to get back to my baby once more? Anyway, give me a ticket for an aeroplane. I ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm going home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter saying she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I got to get back to my baby once more? Anyway, give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm a going home. My baby just wrote me a letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter. If you want to hear that done right, check out Richard Marx and Hugh Jackman doing it.
I'm stunned that those two guys did that, because I actually have a story completely unrelated to those.
Oh yeah, so how was Hugh Jackman when you met him?
Okay. Here's the funny thing. Okay, so I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to answer that question, but first I'm going to say the day that Joe Cocker died, I was on tour with my band. We were in San Francisco. We all heard the news at the same time as the tour bus was pulling up to the venue. And we were like, oh, fudge. Because, you know, the guys in my band are very polite, sober individuals. Sure. And it's just like, we got to do something to commemorate this tonight. I mean, I don't know what. Yeah. And we ended up... But obviously, we are in the tour bus pulling up to the venue when we heard this news, and we like, We got to do something. So on the microphone, I'm kind of rambling and making conversation with the crowd and saying, we lost a hero today. We lost somebody that changed all our collective lives. And so now to commemorate the passing of this hero, here's this song by Leon Russell. Fuck. Because we had the Joe Cocker version rehearsed in our hip pockets. Right. Because it was the joke. We'd played the Joe Cocker version, I think, 100 times at that point, and there was just like no graceful, drunken introduction to this eulogy. Yeah. Okay, so Hugh Jackman. I never met Hugh Jackman, and I'm not related to him. I was once slated to double him in a film when in the... I forget if it was the second X-Men film or if it was the third. It was probably the third. There's like this insert shot where he's got to slide down this wall, and he pops out his claws, and there's this like zoom in on his back as he slows down his descent by like sliding down. And it was my friend who was the second unit director and stunt coordinator for that film, and he had booked me like a month in advance because here's the funny weird thing. I was friends with Lynn Weem. This is a name that only the real diehard comic book fans will recognize. Len Weem invented several comic book characters, including Swamp Thing, including Nightcrawler, including a dozen more that I won't bother to list, but also...
I was friends with Jack Kirby. So we were friends with friends.
It's friends with friends, and none of whom were extending benefits because, you know, none of these are physically attractive people, and that's totally fine. I loved them all for their brains and creativity.
Yes.
So yeah, I was one of the people that threw a handful of dirt on the coffin when Lynn Weem was buried. I was there for his funeral, but our first and most bonding conversations were over his thought that was put into my favorite comic book character that he created, Wolverine. When I first saw Hugh Jackman on the screen for like the first minute and a half, I was going, oh, they fudged this up, being a sober, polite person. They fucked it up. This guy is way too tall and skinny. There's no way. And then Hugh Jackman opened his mouth in that first X-Men film. And I'm like, no, they cast it right. No, that's fine. That works. Hugh, so if anybody's not familiar, Wolverine is like 5'3". Hugh Jackman is 6'5". So when I was slated to double him for this insert shot, I got a call from one of my closest friends in the world about 3 days before filming saying, dude, we got to recast this doubling. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is one of my favorite characters of all time, and I finally have the opportunity to portray him on large film, and you're taking this away from me. Hugh Jackman is 6'5", and I'm a second unit director. I can't put my friend, no matter how qualified his back is for this insert shot, I can't do that. I got to hire somebody who's 6'5".
I think you probably need to supplement this story by showing us your back.
Well, my back doesn't currently look anything like Hugh Jackman nor Wolverine. It says, David Benjamin says, I don't know any of these names Hunter is saying except Hugh Jackman. Okay. Hugh Jackman played Wolverine, a character invented by comic book guy Len Weem. Len Weem invented this character in the 70s. A friend of mine was doing stunt coordination for X-Men 2 or 3, hired me, and then at the last minute had to replace me because I was closer to the character height and very far away from the actor's height. But it turns out Craig Jackman is related to the actor. So there we go.
Before I go get the spring rolls, we need to see your back. I'm joking.
God damn it! Stop it!
I'm joking. We don't need it. But so the first song you're doing is a Hugh Jackman song.
As a matter of fact, it is, because I'm an Australian singer, mate. Righto. Right. But that's the brilliance of Hugh Jackman. He's able to change like every possible aspect, including how narrow he was. Because like Wolverine is 5'3" and 300 pounds. Now, admittedly, something like, and Lynn and I had a lot. Lynn, the guy who made up the character, he and I had a lot of conversations on this particular subject. It's probably like 100 or less pounds of adamantium. But regardless, to be 200 pounds, lean, and 5'3" means that you're going to be almost as wide as you are tall. And so I was closer to the comic book character proportions than I was to the actor, but never mind all that, because nobody here is talking shit on Craig Jackman's cousin, who is a phenomenal actor.
I just made up in the show like an hour ago that Craig and he were related. It's fine. Also, like, we're really excited to see your back at the end of the show.
All right, well, maybe we'll say. I tell you what, we'll save all the flesh reveals for when we're all together in July and it's hot and I'm actually just like
we're gonna
taking off my clothes because I'm too uncomfortably clad. Jesus.
We'll put a pin in it.
Look at this, Chris in the chat. Look, Christina knows my height. There we go. She's absolutely right.
Oh, Hunter, you and I are the same height.
I remember we're about like eye to eye standing. I didn't.
There it is.
We've never stood like back to back and done the wall measurement thing, but yeah, that sounds about right.
Not yet, but we'll do it on July 2nd.
And Johnny Depp, you and I are within a half inch of Johnny Depp.
Oh man! If we have time tonight, I'll tell so many stories about you and our pirate stuff, but we'll see. We'll see if we have time. Thank you for everybody tuning in to your regularly scheduled Saturday night programming of Paulie's Online Variety Show. Tonight, we had the pleasure of introducing our open mic night earlier this evening, and now it's Acoustics and Stones. It's where Hunter and I just have jovial conversation and throw the ball back to each other. We play catch. We play song catch, and I've caught it, and now I'm throwing it to Hunter for his song, which is
Stand By Me. I thought I'd open with this thing. I was trying to think about like what would be a good 3-song set list, and Christina Beelan, our Instagram manager, put this one on the story, and I think I'm going to play this on my 12-string.
making me jealous with that 12 string.
Oh, I love this damn thing, man. Sculpting Thunder. I love all the conversations about height as people start to realize we've never met each other in person. Originally by Ben E. King and published in 1960. 1960. This is Stand By Me. Come, the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I you stay by me? And darling, darling, stay by me. Oh, now stay by me. Stand by me, stand by me, stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, now stay by me. Stand by me, stand by me, stand by me. Darling, darling, stay by me. Oh, now stay by me. Stand by me, stand by me, stand by me.
So good.
So good, so good. I always hear Margaritaville in my head when you say that.
I always hear Sweet Caroline.
Oh, Sweet Caroline. Yeah, no, I didn't play that forward in my head.
I
not
always think
Margaritaville.
Sweet Caroline at Murray's in Big Bear. When bartenders serve me soap.
Yeah, I'm at Murray's and, people are punching me in the face and stealing my girlfriend's purse. But I've never had a bad drink at Murray's. So, we've got a crossover of negative experience. That being said, we should host a Vaudacity network karaoke night at Murray's in Big Bear. There we go. We turn this into a camping trip. Wait, you want to do this in June, July? Let's see what the chat
Paul's
says.
okay with that. I would rather do it in Paso. Paso would be like a sweet spot to do that, just because so many people we've got friends in Northern California and I don't know, but
Paso Robles.
Yeah, and I've been trying to get you over there.
My band plays in pre-pandemic times. My band plays there a lot, man. That's Paso. Paso is like this node, this crux, this crossroads that we go through on virtually every tour, either on the way out or on the way back. But yeah, we have played in Paso hyperbole. I started to say thousands of times, but we've played in Paso tens of times, which you do the math, that's 80, 90 times. That's nothing to sneeze at.
We can. El Paso de Robles. We'll get everybody there. We can't wait to get everybody together. Of course, obviously the first weekend is the first weekend of July, but we got other stuff coming up and I can't wait. When we first started doing Paulie's Picnics, we would do live shows every 2 or 3 months. And then just based on people's scheduling, there was one year we only had one, but another year we had 10. And then just our last one was on the leap year, February 29 of 2020. And it was right before just everything shut down. And that was Paulie's Picnic number 20. So
when was that? What month?
February 29th of 2020 was Paulie's Picnic 20. And now we're up to Paulie's Picnic 78, 80's the next one, maybe?
Next one's 79.
79 is the next one. So we've done a lot
Super
of
chat from Emily Thatcher.
Emily!
Thank you, darling.
And Hunter Talk and play music all night. Thank you so much for doing this. Doing great, guys. Thank you, Emily. You're doing great. I can't wait to share videos of you playing your ukulele.
Yeah, Emily has either earned an in-person ukulele lesson or axe throwing lesson or I don't know, whatever the hell she wants to learn that any of us might have the capacity to teach. Yeah, you've earned it, baby.
Jamie, I believe, met with her for a virtual voice lesson. And can't wait to see where that all leads
Awesome.
The ukulele and the voice and the ukulele club that Wendy Walker has started here on the Vaudacity Network.
Awesome. Well, I'm working on another song for Emily, commemorating her brother coming up in another, week and a half? I think.
Yeah, so Memorial Day, I think, is the day that we commemorate Emily's brother. And Hunter, can we play 4 songs tonight?
I'm down, man.
Okay. So I didn't know if I was gonna play, but just because this came about the way we were talking about it and stuff, I'm gonna do this song as I pull it up. Oh, before I do that, I gotta share this because I got it ready. So this was me Halloween. I gotta say maybe 2000, maybe 20 years ago. Here's me and my friend Kevin on Halloween. And
That's awesome.
it looks funny. We're in a drugstore because that's where I worked. I worked at Long's Drugs, and it was Halloween. And Kevin came in. I made him be Cyclops, and I don't know why the pose was horrible, but my hair was long enough, and I had this like fake hair that I taped spirit glued to the side of my face. Because I was a huge fan of the X-Men comics growing up, but before the X-Men movies, nobody got who I was. And then I showed up to a party like that, and people are like, "You're Wolverine," and I was like, "Thanks, movies. Thanks, Hollywood."
And your buddy was like, "And you're the dude standing next to him in sunglasses. What the hell?" Right? Yeah, you got to watch a couple of those movies before you recognize that one.
He's actually that was my best friend in high school. Kevin, and I've told the story on the Your Creative Journey podcast and stuff, but he ended up he's got a whole career as an assistant director in Hollywood now, and he was the AD on a series that my daughter starred in earlier this year. So that was the crazy thing, was just my best friend from high school being the assistant director on a TV series that my daughter is in.
That's really neat, man.
Crazy neat, and crazy how life happens.
He didn't happen to direct Titanic 2, did he?
No, I think that was a friend of Scott Gilbert's.
Oh, I know it was a friend of Scott Gilbert's. I was just wondering if you were also going to disclaim him being a friend of yours.
We're going to dig into that. We're going to dig into Titanic 2 at some point here on this network. I don't know what point that is. But we will.
I don't either, man. What kind of premise are you going to do with Titanic 2? Titanic 2 drama on the lifeboats? I mean, where you the ship sinks. We know.
The whole premise of it is they build a second Titanic and they say, here's Titanic 2. It's modern day. And they're like, it's not going to turn out the way it did the first time. And then it does.
Yeah.
So I'll show a scene from that before the show's over tonight. We'll show a scene from Titanic 2. I don't even care. We'll do it.
Cool.
This show's it's going to be the best show ever tonight. Just so everyone knows. Just so everyone's on board. You are on board for the best show ever tonight. Just
because we're witty.
And there's so much jovial banter. Horrible. I'm not going to subject anyone to that.
Uh-oh. We're making Nicole want to drink. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, you. That's not going to be good. Let me just do this real quick. As we know how horrible it can be to get through songs that are horribly out of pitch. And the weather these days, what the heck is up with the weather these days?
Yeah, it started snowing in Big Bear yesterday. Was that yesterday? I made that Instagram post. Yeah, Friday. I was out hiking in the woods, and I'm like, is this the psychedelic snow? No, it's actually precipitation. Look at that. That's real. Huh. Yeah, it was happening.
All right, well, early in the show tonight is the bonus song. It's not at the end. It's early. Song number 2 is the bonus song, and it's just because It's a dedication to Emily Thatcher. You deserve better than this, so I'm going to pause for just a moment.
Only apologize for not tuning. Never apologize for taking another second to tune. All good, man.
Thank you, Hunter. Like the director for the project that Everly's on right now says, there are no mistakes in creative work. Never apologize. I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you want to go. If you're faced with a chance and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one means the most to you. And if one door opens, the other one closes, I hope you keep walking till you find a window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold while you're out there getting where you're getting to. Hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same thing too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. Hope you never forget and you never regret. Hope you love somebody every chance you get. Hope you find God's grace in every mistake. I hope you give more than you take. But more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold while you're out there getting what you're getting to. Hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. Life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold while you're out there getting what you're getting to. I hope you know somebody loves you, wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. Sorry, it was bonus song. Bonus song. I wasn't even ready.
Was that the bonus track? Spotify was not ready.
That was the bonus track. And you're gonna hate me for saying this, but I chunked it. I'm sorry, Emily. You deserve better than that. I'm gonna record it better for you, and dedicate it to you. But love you and thank you for all of your support.
She put in another super chat of Kinji hugging a heart.
It's not a pear.
No, but
it's an avocado.
No, it's neither a pear nor an avocado. It's a specific breed of dog. I'm pretty sure that's a Kinji. And Nicole at the Blue Bus put in what might be
an avocado with a thumbs up.
Avocado with the thumb. No, what kind of avocado would put a thumbs up like that? That's clearly a pear.
That avocado is all about spreading encouragement.
That's a very encouraging pear with a headband, but also Miss Kelsey Blaine Gibson contributed a super chat while we're at it. There's no picture.
Yes, Kelsey, thank you so much for your tip.
Thank you, Kelsey, darling.
If anybody wants to drop a thanks in the chat, it's just a $sign at the bottom of that YouTube chat there. And again, Emily, thank you so much for and it's late and I've had a lot of wine and I'm sorry if it was out of tune and bad, but you're gonna hate me for saying that. But anyway, I'm gonna record it. It's gonna be better, and I'm gonna send it to you, and it's gonna be great. Bonus track. Hunter, do you have a bonus track tonight? I just threw this at your face. Do you have a bonus track in your face?
You haven't had too much wine to add the reverb
bonus track. You asked the other night. I think. Oh, it was during the Pierce's show on Wednesday. You're like, "What does he keep forgetting? What he's got the capo. What does he forget every time?" And
no, not what does he keep forgetting. What did he forget that time? Because previously it was the capo. That time it was the
reverb. Reverb. What I sing. I can't sing it like I hit the wrong button. I can't sing it like without reverb. Too dry.
No, I just had to turn my reverb up for reverb pressure. You know,
nothing's
reverb envy.
Nothing's fun when it's dry.
Hell no. Insert your foreplay jokes here.
Reverb. Serona the Farrens, thank you so much. They say, here's to the Facebook hipsters. I just got a new gift from the Farrens. It's a necklace. Obviously, both of these are gifts from Jackie Middleton. I just got one that I hear like models or like shadows yours. And it's...
Dude, we're matching shirts and pendants. This is...
Boom.
Now's where it gets weird.
Is this where it gets weird?
This is...
Right here?
No. Normal people would have thought it was getting weird like 45 minutes ago, but you know, yeah. No, we're marrying. I'm mixing consonants. We are matching flannels and accoutrement by Serona Farren.
It's amazing stuff, and she makes it all custom. And she sent Everly something for her birthday, but included this for me just because. And I'm just so touched. Thank you so much, Jackie, for that.
Dari just said we're Joey and Chandler.
Who's Joey and who's Chandler?
I don't think it matters. Wolfgang and I have matching black leather chairs. So if he'll let you, we got to get a picture of you in his chair when you're up here next time.
I can't wait. So we digest. What's your bonus song?
my bonus song. I've only played one so far.
I know we still have several more. I'm sorry about your midnight hike.
Dude, I just said night hike. It doesn't have to be midnight. This is like, I don't know. The full moon is directly overhead at midnight, or is as directly overhead as it's going to be, depending on your geographical placement. I think, I think I'm going to transition to a Hunter and the Dirty Jacks original that I wrote the lyrics to on this very balcony during a songwriting session of what year I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
On a guitar given to you by Patty Pinkstaff in the moonlight the night after you met Hugh Jackman.
Okay, before internet rumor gets out of hand. Never mind. Let the internet rumor get out of hand. Just go. This is a Hunter and the Dirty Jacks song called Move the Music Closer. I can't see it from there. Damn.
I played that song last week.
Oh yeah, it's
Sounded like shit because I played
couldn't see the music. Right. It's and now you're like talking with reverb on, or maybe I am. Yeah. No, that's all right. How to get the music stand out of the shot and get the music in the. There you go. Take two. This is called Highway 1. When it first my dancer left me, could have been a worse surprise. It made sunset a little bit gloomy, but we were off before sunrise. And the bus doors flew open, sailing north on Highway 1. I know you heard he's a different man on two. Honey, he's just begun. And I won't win them all over. I'm near 500 tries. And we're playing tonight down in Monterey, the Sterling Consolation Prize. And the bus doors flew open, sailing over Highway 1. I know you heard he's a different man on tour, but honey, he's just begun. And sometimes while we're naked, Now my glass is not half empty, but it could be just a little bit wetter. See, he's sure he's doing nothing, but doing something could be better. And the lovers goes through the rain. See the Northern Highway 1. I know you heard he's a different man on two. But honey, he's just begun. I know you heard he's a different man on tour. But honey, he's just begun.
Love that 12 string, man.
Thank you. I love this.
Before I say that, I should say I love your talent, your skill, the passion, and the work you put into it.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I also love the 12 string.
It's yeah. So one of the things is what you have bought, the 12 string, or maybe what you had the taste to buy. One of those things. Talent is like something that is inborn. However, talent always stands in the shadow of habits and practice. Like talent might launch you into a newly discovered passion, but the untalented person who practices their ass off 5 hours a day is going to quickly surpass the vastly more talented person that they leave behind in their shadow. And passion is just like, well, music, do you mean it or don't you? There isn't enough money in it in this current day and age to bother pursuing it if you don't mean it. Every now and then somebody will ask me something about, like, do you play or do you mean it, or are you just in it for the money? And I'm like, I literally don't know anybody, at least in my genre, I don't know anybody who is solely in it for the music, because it's like this monumental Herculean effort of just paying the bills and keeping tires on the tour bus. There's no financial incentive to do this for a living when you could just work at Chipotle and be guaranteed minimum wage or whatever the hell they pay. Right? It's just not something you do for. It's as outmoded an expression as rock star parking. Like, rock star parking is usually said by hipsters who have never actually been to a rock concert and paid for a rock concert ticket. It's like this weird, outmoded expression that only still exists in cultural memory. You do it. Diana Nicole said, "You do it for the love, not for the paycheck." Yeah, that's.
It's the craziest thing. Like, it's something I've been so interested to watch myself for 20 years since I left. When I left college, all I wanted to do was to be paid to make movies and be like audition for things and book them and make them. And like, you hear people say that's why it's it's show business. It's not show art. And it's always been a distant dream because it's like I have no idea what like even that means. Like that you're talking about something that's far beyond my scope of what I'm actually doing, because after I graduated college and I started working full time for the Walt Disney Company as an actor, I was able to support myself with all the skills that I learned in theater and acting, performing. But like I had no idea what having an agent. I had an agent. I never booked anything, or like figuring out all of the business aspects of being an entertainer was. I'm sorry if this is super boring for people at home, but like being able to see it through my daughter's eyes has been so just like crazy. Like, because I've been given this perspective to see like she is doing what I pounded my head against the wall to try and do for 15 years. And to see all of the workings behind the scenes of how the business aspect of that works that I never saw for myself because I like never hit that level, but just to see like the lawyers, the agents, the this, that, you can't put that here, you can't post that this place, you can't, and it's just like such a crazy thing that it's like, I've made my living as an entertainer for 15 years. And when people poo-poo or take a shit on theme park performers for like what we do, and no, I'm not saying anybody here in the chat will do that, but like imagine you know this, Hunter, but I'm just saying this to the audience, but imagine you're an entertainer, you're an actor, you're a performer, you're a singer, you work full-time at a theme park and you're getting paid professionally, union wages. And then you show up at an audition and somebody goes, "Oh, you work at Disney? That's cute. Are you goofy?" And it's just like, fuck you. It's like, dude, you have no idea the hard work that goes into what we do every day. And that's just like, this is just a microcosm, just a small like splice of a cross section really of what like a professional entertainer, when you make the decision that your life is your lifestyle, your professional career is going to be entertaining people, you're jumping off a cliff, business wise, income wise. And it's just like, it's crazy. But I love that you and I work together at a theme park, and to see what you've been doing and that you're like keeping it up, and your just skill set is so amazing. Like, you watch these videos where you play every instrument, and it's just incredible. And just to know, like, you've been touring with a band on a bus, like, since we lost touch and we reconnected, like, this is what you've been doing, like, and how you've been creating your life.
You know, to fill the audience in on what we're on the basis that you and I are relating. Paul and I are born performers. That's we just, neither one of us has any say in that matter. There's no free will involved in this equation. That you can choose to ignore it, you can choose to pursue a different path. But the commonality that Paul and I will always share is something that was expressed by RC Ormond on a Tuesday night podcast. He was pointing out that in the 90s, early 2000s, if you're going to be a stuntman, you got to take all of the acting stuff off your resume. If you're going to be an actor, you have to take all the stunt stuff off your resume, because people will actively pigeonhole you. And I found a bizarre crossover of the Venn diagrams where all my favorite parts that I was playing at some point were pirates and musicians. And that leaves you in a really weird, vulnerable corner where other musicians say, this guy isn't a real musician, he's a tourist here. He's an actor who plays a musician on TV. And they will hold what you physically look like against you, and this isn't even racial. I pay my bills as a musician with modeling work. And that is habits and numbers. That's no genetic gift. That's figuring out a system and just adhering to it, and then just like figuring out how to make some semblance of that going. You have no clue how many times I think we have actually not been booked as a band because of what I look like. And at this point in the career, at this point in what the music industry looks like, this guy must not be a serious musician because look at what he looks like. He's clearly in it for the money, or it's surface, it's shallow. And it's like, dude, I'm not wearing Mick Jagger's gold-fledged cape. It's just like, I love playing music. I love performing, and I really want to just pay the bills playing music if I can. But in the meantime, you know, we say yes to what we say yes to as performers, and it's a weird life. It's bizarre what people will hold against you.
Mm.
It really is.
Yeah.
Including taking Disney off your resume when you go to real auditions outside of the bounds of the golden handcuffs. That's another industry term where, like, Disney pays you enough that you don't want to leave your regular Disney job, but you can't quite rely on them to make a career out of it because your show only has a certain number of months endemic to it before you have to audition again for the next Disney show. And if they just simply decide not to hire you for the next Disney show, you're like back to modeling, playing music, doing auditioning. You're back to not Disney paychecks. There's no security in any of this, but you can't choose not to be a performer if that's just what you were born into.
Yeah. And I remember having a rehearsal. I was doing an overnight Green Army Men rehearsal for like a special event that was happening. It was a annual pass holder special event for St. Patrick's Day, and we were Green Army Men. So it was like, yeah, get the Green Army Men in there because it's green and it's St. Patrick's Day. And
they're Irish Army? No, wait. Don't say that, because now suddenly Catholics are bombing Protestants. No, they're just, we're just going on the lowest common denominator of we paint them green, and that was already established. Let's look no further and hold no more against anybody else.
It was 3:00 in the morning, and I was standing with a bunch of the Green Army Men drummers, musicians. We were all in full costume, full makeup, 3:00 in the morning, Paradise Pier, and somebody was programming how the lights would look behind us while everyone else in the world was sleeping. And, you know, we're making decent money because we're union actors and performers. But I just kind of looked around and I was just like, this is crazy. It's crazy in a very magical way, but it's also crazy in a way that one of my coworkers looked at me in this moment and he's just like, we're carnival performers. And I was just like, yes, we're very blessed to have.
But Yeah, we're carnival performers, but getting a decent enough paycheck, and you're not gonna catch hepatitis from sleeping in a haystack that you have to sleep in as real carnival performers. But there is a lower common denominator that we share with carnival performers. I get you.
Listen, I'm not trying to down talk Disney at all. Disney's an amazing company that supports so many fantastic professional artists. All we're talking about right now is the crazy life of someone who's trying to make their living as someone who does acting or music or hosting or any of that stuff.
And Paul is now addressing the confusing thing about how to talk to it, because it's the golden handcuffs for a reason. It's not the wool-lined, itchy, scratchy, crappy handcuffs. It's the golden handcuffs because, without that sort of support structure, there are a lot of people who are born performers that would not be able to support themselves without making people happy for a good paycheck.
Yeah.
Like at the bottom line, that is the mouse on your paycheck that you have to sign. All you have to trade is I'm going to cut my hair really short, shave in a particular way, and be content making people happy for a living. Like that's a pretty good criteria to cash a paycheck upon.
I remember when I used to have to shave. I used to have to shave every day to glue a beard on. But I digest. It's crazy because we're talking about all this as Knott's Berry Farm is coming back and people are going back to see so many of our friends perform live. And that is why the Saturday night has changed. And we'll be moving to Sunday nights. Vaudacity Family Nights, Sunday nights. Join us there. We're going to have open mic night. And Paulie's Picnic Campfire Edition will be beginning in June. And
I really want to tag on. None of this is anti-Disney. None of this is anti-Knott's Berry Farm.
I would know very few of these friends if it were not for my work at Disney.
Exactly. It's weird frustrations that you can't expect other people to understand. Disney makes magic. Knott's makes do. All of them make great entertainment. Don't boycott any of these things because of this conversation. Definitely, I will absolutely go with Christina to Knott's and see the hiatus band. I'm definitely going to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ride some roller coasters and have the time of my life while I'm there.
I know Jamie will be singing with the Suffragettes very soon at Knott's. Can't wait to take the kids. Can't wait to get back out there and see live performance again. And yeah, I mean, my life would be way less colorful and less amazing without the theme parks and everybody I've met through the theme parks. And I'm not down talking any of it at all. We're just talking about being a professional artist in the world, I think.
Yep.
And I'd love to talk to you about a tent with an air conditioning unit in it on Pirate's Lair when it's 111 degrees. Maybe we'll talk about that.
Downgrade the conversation to swamp cooler and suddenly I can relate. But yes, we're there.
Swamp cooler. My bad.
Ain't no AC out there. At least not when we were there. Air conditioning would have been better.
I'm still looking for pictures. There's got to be a picture of your Captain Jack and Faruko together. There's got to be.
Wow. There's got. I don't think I've seen that.
Gotta
But
find.
there's got to be.
Gotta find one. All right. So last time we did one of these shows, this is the third one. In the second one, Jamie joined me, and she said, "Who's the Stones and who's the Sticks?" And I think Hunter played a Stones song that night, and then I played some marching band videos. So tonight I'm gonna play some Sticks.
Right on.
There's some Sticks in the Sticks. Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling. Give me all of your love. Your hands build me up when I'm sinking. Touch me and my troubles all fade. Lady, from the moment I saw you standing all alone, you gave all the love that I needed. So shy, like the child who had grown. You're my lady of the morning. Love shines in your eyes, sparkling, clear and lovely. You're my lady, lady. Turn me on when I'm lonely. Show me all of your charms. Evenings when you lay down beside me, take me gently into your arms. You're my lady of the morning. Love shines in your eyes, sparkling, clear and lovely. You're my lady. If I hadn't had so much wine, I might have gone into the whole.
Don't even worry about the distortion without the wine.
It's fine. But we have acoustics and stones now with some sticks.
There we go. Yeah. Actually, one of my favorite jokes on The Simpsons of all time. They were doing some kind of like historical reenactments, where Homer played as the Greek parallel would perfectly play out to the joke. Homer played Homer. And they were crossing the river Styx, and there were all these skeletons, and they never once said the word Styx. But there are all these skeletons on the other side of the river that are all like headbanging with really long hair. And you hear this like chorus of Lady of the morning. And Homer just like grabs his forehead and goes, "Oh, this really is hell." And it's they never said Styx. It was
of course.
brilliant.
Just trying to bring some sticks to the sticks and stones.
Very appropriate. Very appropriate. Well, I had to bring Stand By Me to Sticks and Stones, as Christina used that for our Instagram story promotion.
There you go.
Dari remembers the episode of The Simpsons. There we go.
Also, you know, we had a bonus song tonight, so whatever you got, whatever you're throwing around.
All right. Let's what can I say, man? Let's keep it Greek. This is a blues rock song you will hear at the next Hunter and the Dirty Jacks concert you go to, where they will not apologize for tuning and they will already be in tune.
Hey, to that concert.
This song is our modern blues rock take on some Greek mythology. Emily Thatcher got it, and so did Christina. This is Prometheus. It's not minor, it's major. There we go. Days, it's just been dark at night. Once the sun goes down, there's no more heat, no light. But the cold outside, it only chills to the bone. So I walk under Olympus, still sleeping alone. Off in the distance, my heart felt a glow upon the mountain of knowledge, where it's forbidden to go. Lighting the hillside was this lady in flame. The moment I saw her, it was clear why I came. This is the daughter of Zeus. Those are clearly the odds. Now I got something in mind I gotta steal from the gods. She moves with thicker clothes, red, orange, and blue. Come with me, child, I'll light my whole world with you. Ooh, yeah. The storm started brewing as we ran down the hill. gather in the darkness with this pissed off God's will. Now Zeus is at my heels, 'cause I defy divine plan. For the love of this woman, I brought fire to man. She said, what's your name? I said, there's much to discuss, but the humans below call me Prometheus. And I was caught. Said I was caught. She moves with a figure, those red, orange, and blue. Come with me, pretty child, I'll light my whole world with you. I was chained to a rock, say there's been being dramatic, daily greeted by an eagle whose taste was hepatic. Only the few know the truth. I was turned into a moth, hiding from the sun by day. I sleep in your cloth. Turn me into a moth, 'cause I loved her so much. So I'll always love the flame, but be bound by its touch. She moves with the figure, those are red, orange, and blue. Come with me, pretty child, I'll light my whole world with you. Yeah. Ooh, oh. Ooh, yeah.
That's my grunt.
I think I'll have to write a song about Sisyphus next.
Kirsty's waiting for a song. Narcissus has been waiting for a song for a long time.
Narcissus. Yeah. It's quite a dude, but he's kind of in love with himself. Speaking of the dude reaching out for me now. Hi.
You have a Wolfgang song? We can just substitute Narcissus.
Man, I don't have a Wolfgang song. I don't yet. But I'm not sure if he's more in love with himself than I am in love with him, because he's just such a great guy. All his bestial, predatory sorts of things notwithstanding that you can't hold against him. Yeah.
Well, here is an illustration of how beautiful your soul is. You wrote a song for my animal.
I did.
And you haven't written a song for yours.
I haven't, now that you mention it. That's...
You also have a velociraptor skull behind you in the wall that doesn't have a name. Does he have a name yet, or no?
I just call him Raptor. Although I think I'm gonna have to change his name to Paul, because you're the first person to point that out. So let's here we go.
It wasn't the first. I was just following the chat thread that was like, there's this velociraptor skull that just constantly looks like it's about to take out Hunter's neck.
Wait, seriously? You didn't? I thought that was you.
Oh. It was somebody in the chat who brought it up, and
that's hysterical. I monitor the chat carefully, and I was just saying to Craig when you were off before this show that, like, no, Paul was the first one to ever point out the velociraptor bait over my left shoulder. That's hysterical. No, who said that then?
We'll have to go back and find. If it was you, let us know in the chat, because it definitely wasn't me. I just picked it up. Somebody said that rock behind Hunter always looks like a velociraptor ready to eat the back of his skull, and I was like, yes. So I brought it up the next time I was on.
See, and I thought for months that it was Miss Morgan who first coined "sexy Jesus," when it turned out to be Wendy Walker, and it was Wendy who blurted it out. But then if you look at the playback, she covered her mouth and started pointing at Miss Morgan next to her and like doing one of these things. And it was actually, so I thought it was Miss Morgan that coined the term, but all right.
Ashley and Wendy together coined the sexy Jesus thing.
I don't think it would have happened if the two of them were not together at the time. Indeed.
Probably not. There would be no sexy disciples there, but yeah, I mean, you'd still be leading us to the musical promised land.
Right on, baby.
Maybe we'll talk about the swamp cooler situation another day.
Oh, fair enough. I had already forgotten.
But Hunter and I met working at Disneyland, as we've been saying. The summer that Tom Sawyer's Island got plundered away from Tom Sawyer and became Pirate's Lair, there was a stunt show, and Faruko and Captain Jack. There's got to be a photo out there somewhere. I'm gonna find one. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna find one.
2007.
What? No, it wasn't that long ago.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. May 25th, 2007. First show. There you go. And yeah, and all the summer following. We met before that because of rehearsals and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, the first time we were in spring together, first time we were in public view together would have been in. This is one of the things about how my mind works. I have to like count up January, February, March, April, May. What's the fifth month? It's May. Like I only remember like May 2507. That's why you see my fingers move like that. But yeah, this is May 2007. First time we were ever seen in public together.
I'm gonna find a photo. I just am.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. So before Jamie got super sick, Jamie thinks like the whole house has coronavirus again.
Oh.
But I'm like, no, guys, it's a cold. You guys can just have a cold. It's possible for you to just have a cold. And there's all those theories where it's like, well, because if we've been wearing masks and we've been inside, so now just anything will make us sick. And it's like, maybe. Who knows? My family's sick.
I've not had a cold, a sore flute. None of my flutes are sore. I've not had so much as a scratchy throat in 15 months for the first time in my life. I think I've got a pretty good immune system as far as they go, with very few allergies and very few sicknesses overtaking my system. But yeah, this is the physically healthiest I've been.
Perfect. I will be there tomorrow.
Wait. While all your family have colds, hold the fuck on. This is how this shit gets out of control.
Right over. I will be right over.
Cool. Bring the coronavirus to me and Wolfgang. I mean, I'm vaccinated, but he isn't. Hold on. What the
I'm just kidding. We're all going to be super safe. It's just a cold, you guys. It's just a cold.
It probably is just a. Remember that phrase, the common cold?
People don't remember what it's like to have a cold. Now people.
The common part just went the hell away when everybody was worried about something worse. As well, they should have been. This is not disparate. This is not like a disparity for the folks that have been rationally. Okay, I'm going to just like calmly step back from the microphone and take another sip from the measuring cup. Oh God! I'm gonna have to refill the measuring cup. Sorry, go on. Next song.
I have to do a lot more cutting.
By which I hope you mean editing. Oh, that's right. We're live.
Velociraptor Talon Anyway, hey everybody. This is what Saturday nights look like now. You here for it? Cool. No, but it's good because people are out. People are out getting sick. I'm joking. Everybody should be out, going out and having a good time. But here on Vaudacity, if you're staying at home and you're having a good time, being safe at home, drinking up and dressing down, thank you for being here. Thank you, Producer Craig. Producer Craig, show yourself. Take a bow. Give it up for Producer Craig.
Thank you, guys. Doing a great job tonight.
Thank you. I hope it's not too boring, as Hunter and I just
Shoot
No!
the shit. Talk about Hugh.
You know, we're maintaining a really nice flow of viewers. You guys are doing, you're enjoying yourselves on a Saturday night. We're being entertained. There's a lot going on here.
How is your cousin Hugh?
He's doing great. Can't wait to get.
You heard it.
Can't
here
wait to meet
first.
him one of these days.
Right. Are you still doing musicals down under?
Dan and yeah.
And on
Craig
Broadway.
making all of it happen. Let's hear it for Producer Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Oh, and by the way, thank you, Charity Swanson, for the super chat.
Ah,
My life is significantly better with you guys in it. Y'all make a difference in my life just by existing and sharing your gifts. I am so grateful with a big heart. Thank you, Charity, and I totally agree with you. We all agree with you.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you, Charity.
thank you. Oh, that's nice. Very, very nice. Thank you, Charity. Diana says, I'm going to have a big... She says Paul's going to have a big hangover in the morning. I don't think I am. Thank you, though. So this is a song that my lovely wife was going to do with me. And it was going to be awesome. It's going to be less awesome because she's not here. But I think we'll record it and do it. Like my wish for Emily. I've been doing just fine. I gotta be down, cause I want it all. Started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It's only a kiss. It is only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep. She's calling a cab. Taking a smoke. She's taking a drag. They're going to bed. My stomach is sick. It's all in my head. She's touching his chest now. He takes off her dress now, letting me go. I just can't look, it's killing me and taking control. Jealousy turning saints into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, choking on my alibis. But it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling Started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep. She's calling a cab. He's having a smoke. And she's taking a drag. I'm going to bed. My stomach is sick. It's all in my head. She's touching his chest now. He takes off her dress. Now let me go. I just can't look. It's killing me and taking control. Jealousy turning Satan to the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, choking on your alibis. But it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up your eager eyes. I'm Mr. Brightside. I never I never I never I never Thanks. And welcome back, Wolfgang.
He's. I moistened his bed when offering him some water, so he was offended for a moment. He's back,
How?
but he liked the song.
What is it? What does moistened his bed mean?
I mean, I was literally like this tankard we share water out of during shows. I was tilting it toward him so that he could drink it, and I spilled some on his bed. It's not a metaphor; it's quite literal. And I dampened the bed that was under this blanket, and he like abandoned his sitting place because now it's all damp, and he will not deign to sit there. That's it. But
Okay.
but that shouldn't take away from the song that you just played. And speaking of songs that you have done tonight, the Bublé version of Moondance that you opened tonight with, man, you just like, have you been like reading Jamie's notes when she's in bed? What you been doing? Because you just like you upped your game with that like the big band jazz. I would not have even said it was the Van Morrison version that you did justice to. It was the Bublé version that you did justice to in that earlier song. Like, yeah, that the opening thing, it was like there could have been a big band behind you. And I literally know musicians who have lost their houses to finance their big band projects because those ain't cheap. No. And but man, that one, yeah, that Moondance, that's awesome. We got to do a version of that together someday.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to.
That was one of the first songs I ever learned how to play the flute to and because of.
Oh.
Without exaggeration. Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely do it.
That'd be
that's what I'm so excited about. Like the live shows coming back. We can actually sit together and do stuff. Like this whole entire 14 months, we've been like, if you want to do something together, record your part, send it to me. I'll record my part. We'll edit it together. But now we can actually talk about like sitting in the same room or on the same stage and like doing something together.
or around the same campfire.
Around the same campfire. It's very exciting.
Yeah. That's the cheap, organic, caveman tribal version that I'm really looking forward to.
Well, I did see some people asking about how to get tickets for the July 2nd and 3rd. I mentioned it, I think, in the earlier show this evening, but tomorrow at noon, if you go to vodacityonline.com, that's when tickets open up, tomorrow at noon at vodacityonline.com. You'll be able to find them there. And, of course, right now, I mean, they're limited. COVID. It's going to be outdoors, summer night, July 2nd, July 3rd. But the Friday night will be a program of programs, and Saturday will be a picnic.
Only Grips call it program.
I'm sorry. Copy that. Friday, July 2nd. My grandparents call it a program. I'm watching my programs
On the Davila.
Yes, no.
Davenport. Fuck. Nick and Christy are going to be offended now.
I'm sitting on top of Nick and Christy Davila as I watch my programs on the Davila.
Sitting on my Nick and Christy Davenports. Shit.
So Friday night will be a program of the Benjamins and the Pierces and the Hunters and the Paulies. But on Saturday it will be a traditional Paulies picnic. A ticket for each night is $40, or you can get both for $75. Starting tomorrow at noon at vodacityonline.com.
Tomorrow at noon, Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be there for both nights. Yeah, the first night I'll do a longer set. The second night I'll do a shorter set, as any traditional Paulie's online variety show. And
Can you play some improv?
Yeah. I mean, improv in person is so much drunker and funnier. It's like improv over Zoom is such a challenge. Folks have no idea. I mean, it's almost as bad as stand-up comedy over Zoom, but it's
Is that bad?
Yeah, I mean, you really need to be there like face to face. Otherwise, you're just pushing rocks uphill.
Speaking of rocks, I know your father is a rock expert. Could we exhume the raptor skull and bring it for photo ops?
No, it's permanently cemented into the fireplace above my head. Like, I don't know how I would be able to put it back into the fireplace. So we're gonna have to get like a replica.
You could make a mold. Perhaps Dr. Neil Ackerman could help you make a mold.
I don't know that he even has that skill set. Honestly, we've never had that conversation.
Know your dad.
No, it's funny. Of all the artists I know. I mean, I've worked for a lot of sculptors, just trying to like finance my way paying my way as a musician that actually do molds. And of all the people that I've ever known, it's like it's not a skill set in my immediate family. But I know like 30 people who have done that, who do that. So Nicole is saying, whenever we have a group gathering at Hunter's in the year 2025, I presume we need to get a selfie with the dinosaur.
Yeah. Or just make a mold. Like,
I know it seems like it's just such a simple request, and I'm sure I know the people that, like, I know so many people who have done that. Jesus. I know both famous, rich, incredibly like Michael Jackson money artists who pay people to do that, and I know poor artists who like I wait tables to support my sculpture habit, and they both hire the same people to make molds of their stuff. And neither of those are me or my dad. It's a skill. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like recording musicians. It's like engineers. You don't have to know how to play guitar nor sing. If you know how to record guitar players and singers, it's like this total different offshoot of ways that you can make money off of other people that are struggling to know how to make a living and saying, I can support these folks, or I can like, all right, too many words.
And David Benjamin is saying in the chat, I'd be happy to mold your raptor. Apparently he has mold making experience.
Cool.
I'd be happy to figure out a way to figure it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and say I have a car. And I'd be happy to mold your raptor.
Just when double entendre just becomes single entendre of no, that literally doesn't mean anything else. Though it sounds like it does. Yeah. No, what time is it? It's okay.
It's your last song. What do we?
I don't know. My last song, I just want to like throw out to single entendre man jokes and like to put my penis between her breasts, if you know what I mean. Single entendre man. It's just like there's just no room left for nuance.
I don't think there's a raptor in there.
No, there was no raptor in there. There's no raptor in my future either. Oh no, we're going to get sued. Indeed. Yeah. It's after 10:30. There's nobody left to censor for. Nicole just put in like. All right, I think I can actually count these. 6, 14, 19, 20 amazed cat faces. All right, so I think I'll close with a song that Nicole was saying how I don't even know how to paraphrase her comment in the chat about what brutally honest people Paul and I are, and it might not be brutally honest. It might just be drunkenly honest. We meet on that sort of level. I can think of one song that really encapsulates what it is to make your living on a stage and to have no choice in the matter as far as free will is concerned. I'm going to close my selections with a song from Bob Seger in 1973. If you listen real close to the lyrics, Bob Seger kind of encapsulated everything in this one. From 1973, this song is called Turn the Page by Bob Seger. On a lonely, east of Omaha. Could listen to the engines howling out their one note song. Did you think about the woman, the girl you knew the night before? But your thoughts will soon be wandering where they always do when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do, and you don't feel much like riding. Wish the night was through. See, you're out here on the road again. You're out here up on the stage. There I go, playing the stargate. There I go to be. Where you walk into this restaurant, strung out from the road, feel the eyes upon you as you pray for the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, you just want to explode. And most times you can't hear him talk, other times you can. Same old cliches. Is that a woman or a man? Don't feel outnumbered, don't dare make her stay. And here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing the stargate. There I go to breathe. Out there in the spotlight, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy try and give way as sweat pours down your body like the music that you play. Later in the evening as you lie awake in bed, the echoes from the amplifiers ringing in your head. You smoke the day's last cigarette, remembering what she said. And here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. There I am playing the stargate. There I go to breathe. And here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. There I go, and the stargate.
That was all right, dude. You did okay.
I gotta. So, in the spirit of where we've been in this show, I've got to disclose. I think it was Nicole who said, "Paul and Hunter, the realest dudes on the internet." I think it was Nicole who said that. Forgive me if I'm misquoting chat here. What I relate to about that song is this is a guy that's struggling to make a living on the stage playing a role. And in his case, in 1973, as a long-haired skinny guy, people were holding against him that you walk into this restaurant strung out from the road, you feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold, you pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode. Most times you can't hear him talk, other times you can. All the same old cliches, is that a woman or a man? Like in 73, Bob Seger was having, as a white male, was having it held against him that what his physical appearance was a feminine, womanish sort of figure. I've got exactly the opposite, where people will point an accusing finger at me and quote toxic masculinity and say he wears plaid, he must be a good old boy and racist southerner. And it's just it's this.
Was that it? I always, like, when you said it earlier, I just thought you meant, like, I'm in really good shape. I'm a super handsome dude. People just think I'm, like, in this for fame.
Yes, but at the same time, that's what they superfluously may hold against me. And I'm digging the trenches to keep tires on the tour bus, sometimes playing in bars where there's 12 people here, and they're like, this guy must be in it for the fame because of what he looks and sounds like. And it's like, and at the same time, like, deadhead hippies are holding that sort of thing against me because I'm in shape. And I don't want to, I never say this out loud because it sounds like, oh, too many people love me and my sports car is the wrong color. And that's exactly conversely the thing. You can't exclaim this thing in public because the one thing that you can guarantee is that no one will understand. Oh, you're too pretty. Yeah, no, being too pretty sometimes in the music industry means that people won't take you seriously. And when I say in the music industry, I really mean in the trenches of blues rock. I don't mean pop. I don't mean whatever the hell Rizzo is going after. And shit, I don't even know if I've said her name right. But she's kind of like, or Rizzo or Lizzo or whatever. She's kind of bringing the exact inverse of my points to the pop world. In my world, people still hold that shit against you. They're like, this guy can't be real because he's in shape, so he must not be a real musician. But I never say that out loud.
No, you never. We would never play that live, or keep it in perpetuity on the channel. It's all about. I'm gonna sound so cliche when I just throw it back to this entire episode, and I'm sorry if we're boring anybody, but I did see a comment from somebody. I think it was Emily saying, "This has been the best episode yet," but. We're just talking about the machine, the entertainment money making machine that supports creators. If we're breaking it down, there's just so much to be said for what is working right now, what is selling right now, what is making money right now, and when throwing it back to when I was trying to make my living doing this in Hollywood, I literally had 2 different agents tell me, drop me, because they said, I can't label you. You're not Mexican, you're not Chinese, Asian enough, you're not white enough. Like, there's no, like, I can't send you out on auditions because there's no lane that you fit in. I had 2 agents drop me because of that. Fast forward 10 years, and all our agents are looking for are ethnically ambiguous. You can't put a label on them. Like, that's what people are looking for now. And it's just like, you sign up, you follow your passion, you want to make your living as a creator, but you have to realize as you do that there are so many different factors at play. So many different people are making decisions outside of what you're doing that will inform your success. And you follow your passion always. Do what your heart's fire drives you to do always. Just know that outside of you, outside of your control, there are things happening that will set the stage, set your plate, set the table for you and the path that you are on. So stay true to yourself. Stay absolutely 100% honest to what your heart is telling you, and live your life strictly by what brings you joy in your heart, and figure out the rest of the stuff along the path.
This ties in perfectly to whenever we were on camera together recently, and I said how much it means to me that you have bent over backwards not to schedule shows opposite me on the Vaudacity network when I'm trying to do shows like on Monday night at 9:00 with Fireside Tales with Wolfgang, because it was a long time ago that I accepted all I can do in this life is try to bring some joy and be the performer that I was born to be. And I just cannot try to fit into any kind of pop culture mode. Because I did audition for The Voice once. The Voice. After standing in line for 8, maybe 10 hours, a PA comes out and makes this announcement. A PA, for anybody that doesn't know, is a production assistant. A PA comes out and makes this announcement to, all the people down the line, and repeats it several times as they progress. Every 100 yards down the line, they repeat the thing. At this point in Men, we are only looking for racially ambiguous, preferably bald men. If you look like Vin Diesel, you might get a chance here. If you don't, then we have no slot for you. And I stood in line, right? I'm clearly following it through at this point. But that was a real wake-up call for me personally, that if I'm going to do this, it's only going to be in niches of reading poetry to my cat by the fire or whatever I got to do. But
so people say to Jamie all the time, you should be on American Idol, you should be on The Voice. Let me tell you about the day we went to an audition. I wasn't going to audition, but I was going to be with my wife. It was on my birthday, like 10 years ago, middle of August, beginning of August, in the Rose Bowl. No shade. We got there at 6 a.m. She wasn't able to sing in front of anybody till like 4, and it was 100 degrees out. And she sings 16 bars of one of their preferred songs, and then they say, like, what makes you different than everybody else? And she's like, my voice. And they're like, that's cute, bye. And now, like, it's just like, it's the Hollywood machine. Like, if anybody knows my wife and her voice, so then she was her story to get on The Voice was a whole different thing. But it's just like, it's all, it's what will people tune in to watch? What's the drama? Where's the thing? And
I don't know. And that's a really bizarre thing, seeing Daniel Bedingfield's name pop up in chats from time to time, because he's like a white dude who's an actual friend of mine, and I had never heard of any of his music until we had already been friends for like 10 years. And it's like, wait, what do you do? What the fuck? You need me to play guitar for you at campfires? I mean, I'm happy to. Let's do this. But what are you people talk? Cool. All right. It's weird, man. It's fucking weird.
I think at the end of the day, it's just like, all you can do is just be you. That's
and
it.
hope you can make a living at doing it.
That's it. I mean,
and if you can't, change your skill set until you can pay the bills. And
Jeremy in the super chat says, thanks for being you.
Oh, yes. With the amazingly confident avocado. Thank you, Jeremy.
Damn, I'm not seeing that in my chat. My chat must be behind.
No, we're just behind on thanking him. But there's a really confident avocado that's in love with itself. And thank you, Jeremy, for that. I mean...
And I'm seeing Diana Nicole saying, you're the best, Svetlana and Jeremy. All my best friends. Svetlana is a deeply passionate person who has followed my band from venue to venue, and like it's folks like Svetlana that keep this form of life and economic viability. So whatever Diana is acknowledging you for, thank you, Svetlana, because she very regularly supports my artistic endeavors.
And we can't wait to see whoever is able to make it down for July 2nd and 3rd. It is in, I saw some questions. It'll be in the city of Orange. It'll be at a private residence on private property. And as tickets are available and purchased, you will get more details based on that. But it'll be in the city of Orange, and it'll be the same venue both nights. Tomorrow at VaudacityOnline.com, starting at noon. Those tickets will be available, and we can't wait to see every single one of you who are still hanging around in the 30 households we're still in right now at 11 p.m. on a Saturday night. What else would you be doing on a Saturday night other than hanging out and watching Vaudacity, right?
I'll be there both of those nights. And speaking of other things I'll be there for is your birthday in early August. Hell yeah, man. I don't care if you like just relocate your celebration to the moon. I'll find a way to be there. Doesn't matter.
Yes. If I had Sam's sound, I'd go, yes. I'm turning 40 this year, and I think it's August 7th, which is a Saturday, and we're going to celebrate live here online with a huge ass. Paulie's Picnic, Paulie's Online Variety Show, August 7th. So get ready for that. It might be a pay-per-view. Who knows? It'll probably be a pay-per-view. It's going to be epic. But that's after the July event. So everybody get ready for all of the things, because so much stuff is happening this summer. So we'll just let you know. July 2nd and 3rd, mark your calendars for our live weekend back. And then August 7th, mark your calendars for a big live stream. It's going to be awesome. I'm turning 40. That's over the hill. It used to be over the hill. Is it still considered over the hill, 40?
I don't think it is. I think average life expectancy... Wait, I take that back. Average life expectancy has decreased since 40 was over the hill.
So I'm probably already over the hill.
I mean,
So we'll just celebrate the big 40.
The people that have figured out a working pattern for longevity are locked in, but the people that are being born into the new economy of science denial and anti-vaxxers, fuck those folks. Life expectancy is going downhill real fast. Just gonna be. You heard it here first. Vaudacity Network.
Hunter's word is golden. Thank you, Hunter. Thank you, Wolfgang. Thank you, producer Craig. Thank you, Vaudians, for hanging out with us. It's gonna be an awesome summer. We won't leave y'all by yourself. We'll be here. Thank you for being here with us here on this Saturday night. Acoustics and Stones. Love you, Hunter.
Love you, man.
Love you, Wolfgang.